Hello, hello, hello. How are you today? I am super duper excited to be talking to you about this today. And let me just say, before I get started, I want to let you know, please comment below and let me know if you are here. I'm using Be Live and I cannot see if you are here unless you comment. So let me get started. I'm super excited to bring this to you today. And the reason I am talking about content that speaks to your ideal clients is because I've been hanging out in a few Facebook groups recently, and I keep seeing the same questions over and over and over again. And for the life of me, I have been baffled by the questions. And that's the reason I wanted to bring this to you today, because the questions that keep coming up have to do with what do I say? What do I say in the groups? Um, what do I post in the groups? How do I conduct myself in the groups? How do I attract the right clients in groups? Oh my goodness, guys, let me tell you. If you don't know how to communicate in a Facebook group, then listen right now. Communicating in a Facebook group is just like walking into a room and saying hi to the people that are there. Okay? It does not mean you sell. It does not mean you push your product or service. It means you walk up and you try to get to know people. That is what a Facebook group is all about these days. So, I wanted to I wanted to get very clear with you on what you need to do to be effective and to attract the right audience when you are communicating. Because, guys, when you are in Facebook groups, it's all about communicating. And we've all seen those posts where people jump in and they say negative and they go against people. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you don't have something constructive to say in a Facebook group, do not say anything at all. And the reason for that is because every time you enter a Facebook group, just like every time you enter a room, if you are a business owner, you are entering as a business owner. Okay, so everything you say, if you get snippy with people, if you start arguing with people, that is all a reflection on your business. So if you don't agree with something, just move on. It's that simple. Okay, let me go on to what exactly do you say? How do you speak to people in a Facebook group? What do you say? How do you know what to say? Because guys, I'm going to say this and I'm going to repeat this throughout what I give you today. This is very important content. And this can be really helpful and effective for you, but you have to do the work. Okay? So, the first thing that I want to say to you is the first thing that you need to do to speak to your ideal clients online, and I know you've heard this before, guys, is you need to know who you are talking to. You need to know who your audience is. You need to know who that is. That is the biggest thing that I see online that people are not doing the work for. People don't do the work. They haven't figured out who their ideal client truly is. They think they know, but they don't truly know. Okay, so these are some things that I want you to think about when you're thinking about who you're talking to. I want you to think about, where is that person in their business right now? Where is that person in their business? Are they a beginner? Are they in the middle? Are they already making $100,000? Where are they in their business? Because that one piece alone has everything to do with how you are talking to your ideal client. Where they are in their business right now is everything. Okay, so it's not what color hair they have and what color eyes they have and what kind of car they drive. And it's not all of that. It is where they are at in their business right now. Where are they in their business right now? The second thing that I want you to think about, because this goes along with where they are in their business right now, the second thing that I want you to think about is you have to understand what they care about, what matters to them, not what matters to you, not what you think matters to them, but what actually matters to them. You need to do your research. You need to talk to people. You need to ask questions in groups. You need to find out what actually matters to them. Because if you're posting things that you think matter to them and it doesn't matter to them, there's a disconnect. You're not going to be connecting with your clients the way you should. You're not going to be attracting the people that you should be attracting because you didn't do your homework. The third thing that I want you to consider, and this again goes back to knowing who you're talking to, is the language that they use. So if they are further along in their business, they're going to use different language than if they're beginners. Beginners will have struggles and they're not going to know a lot of things, whereas somebody that's making six figures is they've already figured out how to get there. They're probably just trying to figure out how to scale and how to get systems in place so they don't have to work quite as many hours. So there's different problems at different stages. All of those things come into play in knowing what to say to your ideal client or in a Facebook group. Okay, it's how you're going to communicate with them. So the second thing that you need to do, the first thing you need to do to create content that speaks to your ideal clients is to know who you're talking to, which all of those steps that I just went over go into knowing who you're talking to. The second thing that you need to do is to show up where they are. Okay, so this same conversation in a Facebook group today, the person was like, well, how do I know where they are? Well, guys, if you have done your homework and if you know who your ideal client is, then you know where they are. Okay, it's that simple. You have to know who you're talking to know where to find them. If you don't know who you're talking to, you're probably going to be lost and not know where to find them. So if you don't know where to find your ideal client, go back to figuring out who it is that you're talking to. That will tell you everything you know, everything you need to know about your ideal client. So you will know, what interests they have, where they, like if you're talking to moms who just had a baby and want to lose weight, you're talking to moms, you're talking to moms that just had a baby. So you might go into parenting groups, you might go into mom groups. It just makes sense. You just have to know who it is you're talking to and get specific. It's best to be specific. So number one, know who you're talking to. Number two, show up where they are. Show up where they are, guys. Number three, and this is the question that she asked. She asked in the group, she says, how do I know what to post? I just don't know what to say to them. Okay, so my question is, if you don't know what to say in a group, do you truly know who your client is? Because if you truly know who your client is and who you're targeting, okay, you know how to talk to that person. So again, I revert back to know who you are talking to. That is the main theme in this video. If you don't know who you're talking to, if you don't know what stage of business they're in, how they speak, what they care about, you're not going to know what to say to them. And what you do say is probably not going to be effective. So once you know who you are speaking with, help them. Help them with what you know their problems are. And what you know their problems are is because you've done your research and they've told you what their problems are. Maybe not that specific person, but in general. Okay, so that will speak to a vast majority of your ideal client. Show up where they are. Look to serve them. Show up with a serving attitude, not in a selling attitude, but in a serving attitude. Show up to serve them and to give them a good experience with you. And guys, today it is all about the customer experience. They have so many choices right now. So if their experience with you is stellar, guess who they're going to remember? They're going to remember you. So give them a good experience. Show up. Give them the information that they want. Help them. Form a relationship with them. Get to know them better. More than likely, they'll want to get to know you if you have helped them. If you have a Facebook group, they might even join your Facebook group and come into your community to get more of where they came from. But all you need to do is show up and help them. It's really not that complicated. The other thing, the question that the gal asked in this Facebook group was about, not knowing what to say. So you're going to answer questions and you're going to help them with what it is that they need right now. But you are also, if you're able to post in the group, post in there like once a week. Give them value. Always, let me repeat that, always show up providing value. Every single time. And that is what you'll be known for. You will attract the people that you are providing value to. It's that simple. And the last thing that I want to tell you about helping them is your personal storytelling. It could be storytelling for your personal testimonial or that of a client. Storytelling connects people with shared experiences. So if you have a great story of how you overcame something or how you helped a client overcome something and they allow video in the group, go in there and do a little video in the group. Talk about it. You will connect with people that way. Stories do connect people because it's a shared experience. And they understand that you get them. Okay, so number one, let me go over those again because there's 3 key points that I gave you today to create content that speaks to your ideal clients. And number 1 is to know exactly who it is you're speaking to. And that is the one thing that you need to do more than anything else. Spend time on it. Number 2, show up where they are. And number 3, help them and provide value. If you do those 3 things, you will be connecting with people that want to know you, want to know more about what you do, and will value what you have to offer. That's as easy as it gets, guys. And I know it seems like it's so complicated, and sometimes it's tough, but you just have to keep at it. If you're not connecting, if you're not getting engagement, if you're not getting the feedback that you think you should be getting, go back to number 1, and that is knowing your client. You have to know everything about them. You have to know where they are in their business. The most important things are where they are in their business, what is important to them, and the language that they speak, not what car they drive, not what neighborhood they live in. Those things do come into play on a smaller level. But the 3 things that I gave you matter more because that's how you're going to be speaking to them. So guys, if you want more where this came from, more tips, more help, social media, content marketing, SEO, blogging, and all of that, plus I help business owners scale their business to become CEOs and make a bigger impact on the world, join my Facebook group. It's scrolling across the bottom, Social Media Business Solutions. I have so much more in there, and we are moving forward, and we are rocking and rolling in there. I just cannot wait to give to you guys the everything that I have. It really matters to me that you guys do what you want in the world. And I know you guys want to make an impact. I know you want to get bigger and scale and make a bigger impact in the world and leave a mark on this world that's good and positive. So come into the group and learn more about how to do that. I teach people how to do these things organically. So anyway, guys, I hope to see you in the group. If you felt that there was value in this video, please share it out. Share it out. There's somebody else that needs the value also. Other than that, I hope to see you in the group. I'll see you and have a great day.